the family Christmas tree. It's the heart of the home during the holiday season, and creating a tree with both meaning and beauty can be done. From homemade ornaments to unique elements, we are sharing a formula for the perfect Christmas tree. Michelle Inkley is here to share her 7 tips to decorate a tree like a designer. It's a formula that she says will make it look elegant with ease. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank
we
you,
always
Amy.
love having you here. And you're going to share this little formula with us.
Yes, and just disclaimer.
Okay.
You can do your tree however you want. Let's just put that out there, right? I mean, there's a million ways to do it. This little formula is just a way to, if you don't know what you're doing, or if you feel overwhelmed, or you want to change it up a little bit, use some of these tips to help you unify your tree a little bit more.
Well, I like that. And you say it can work for any, doesn't matter, size, type of tree.
It doesn't matter. Nope, it doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter if you're using old or new stuff. This can totally kind of make it a little more cohesive.
Okay, your first tip is the only one I was like, what does she mean? And it just says fluff.
Okay, so first of all, we have this tree, as you can see to my left, and most of your trees, you are going to want to fluff them.
Okay.
This one, however, you don't need to fluff because it is from Modern Display.
Oh,
and it is a pre-fluffed tree.
Pre-fluff.
If you're not lucky enough to have one of these killer trees, you're gonna wanna fluff up your tree. The more you fluff up the tree, the more natural it looks, and the less ornaments you probably need to fill it. So make sure you're fluffing by pulling up and out the branches as you go deep inside.
I have to do that with mine.
Yeah.
And I kind of am like up and down, filling all the holes.
Absolutely.
If not, it looks like
it does.
a tiered tree.
Which is kind of fun too, and those are trending, but right now we want it kind of fluffy if you want a full look.
Okay, fluff it up and then lights.
Then, if you need more lights on your tree, I mean, this tree is gorgeous. This has 2,000 lights, but if you want 3,000 lights on it, add some extra lights. Some trees don't twinkle, some of the older ones don't. So adding these extra lights will help your tree twinkle. All of these lights on the table have the ability to twinkle. These are a branch, so the branches are really easy to put into the tree. As you can see how bendable they are. So take these and you can just wrap those into your tree, kind of like a garland. So it's a lighted garland. This one is really nice because you could just, I mean, this is like a strand of lights.
You could drape it.
You can drape it. You can shove it in there. You can use it like a strand of lights. It also twinkles. And then this little guy can be used as a topper, and look at how special that is. So you can also bend that. He'll pull way out. So you could also get 3 or 4 of those and have those sticking out like branches, and it would be stunning. It's just a fun way to use lights to decorate your tree. You'll probably need less ornaments if you add more lights. Because that adds a dimension and a texture.
And sometimes I'll even do different sizes. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I have different sizes on mine and I love it.
Okay, you say next, ribbons and garlands.
Yes, so what you want to do with your garlands, the garlands that are thick and drapey, you're going to want to shove those in deep. This is the stuff that will hide all of the holes in your tree. So you want to put them in first because that way it's going to get in there. It's going to add the color. We are going to fill all the holes in, then you can put the ornaments coming back out.
I like that idea. That's a good way to hide the holes.
Also the ribbon. There's a big debate on all of the things I'm telling you.
Okay.
Sometimes ribbon's first, sometimes ribbon is last. If you have those huge big bows, something even a little bit bigger than this, has a lot of strands, I would set the bows. Don't tuck in the tails, but set your bows where you want to go. Then come back and you can kind of manipulate them.
Okay.
So that you can do at the first. I like putting them on the end because I like filling in the holes with the bows.
Okay.
But those big, huge cascading bows that are trending, you would want to do a top, a side, and put those on first.
Okay. So you decide, first or last.
First or last, the baby ones go on last.
And then picks are my best friend. You're saying picks are a good way also.
Are such a good way to add color, to add fun, to add a theme. And all you want to do with your picks, again, fluff. Fluffing is your key today. That's your keyword. But fluff those picks so they're nice and full, and then add those to your trees on the branches. Sometimes if you have an older tree, you'll have places that have natural big holes or things that are broken. This is going to be your saving grace to hide all of those holes. So lay those on to the branch.
You said ribbons 1, 2, 3. Do you have a method to your madness for picks? Are you just kind of doing odd? Are you doing here, here, here?
Everything down. So with your ornaments, with everything you put on, you're going to want to ski down the front of your tree. After you kind of ski down the front, you will go ahead and fill in how far you have to go. If it's in a corner, maybe not so far. If it's kind of pulled out from your corner, you might have to do some of the sides.
Okay,
but you'll
ski
fill
down
in
the
holes.
tree. That's
Yeah.
easy to remember.
Just go side
Ski
to
down
side.
the tree. Okay, what about our ornaments? I do this too, where I have like huge ones
Yes.
and then a little smaller. They're not as beautiful as these, though.
So what you're gonna wanna do with your ornaments is if you have a 7-foot tree, you're gonna wanna get 7 different sizes of ornaments.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you have vintage ornaments, that is great. You can use that and maybe get a few more other pieces that kind of are cohesive for that.
So you're doing a type of ornament per foot of tree.
Yes, like
Okay.
if you have 9 foot, go with 9 different kinds of ornaments. Now, once you get those different kind of ornaments, I would also just stick with the tree number. 7 medium ornaments, 7
Per
little,
foot.
yes.
Okay.
No, per the tree. So if you have a big tree, like this big ornament, you would
Yeah.
only need, you won't need 7, but maybe
Right.
5.
Okay.
Because these are the big ones. These are the ones that are gonna go in first, and usually the big ones you're gonna wanna wire them in. So there's different ways you can hang your ornaments. Wiring
Yeah, that
is
thing
so
was
great.
kinda
It is
heavy.
Solid, yeah. It won't move once you have them wired in. Then you're just gonna go down and put all those on first, then just go down the row of all of your ornaments. Have them laid on the floor so you can kind of like grab the next size, because you wanna go by size.
Yes.
So go ahead and just get
So
all
fun.
the
Look at all these
sizes,
colors.
put them on.
You did colors, shapes.
Yes.
Even material. You've got some plastic, some
That
glass.
is the key, and that is where everybody kind of can do their own thing, because if you want a whole red and white tree, make sure all your ornaments are red and white, they're cohesive. If you have some vintage travel ones that are colorful, get every different size of ball in a different color.
Yeah.
So, and make it your theme.
coordinate it.
Yeah, so coordinate the different sizes, but I don't feel like you have to have them all the same, all shiny balls, all, make them different, because that's gonna give you the dimension.
And interest.
And interest. You can also put things that aren't ornaments in there as well.
I do
so,
this as well.
Yeah, so
Yep.
instead of 5 big ornament balls, then maybe you want to put in snowflakes or wreaths or other things, but that would be your big ornament. This
Your
would count as your big ornament.
One thing.
Yeah. so.
Okay, what are we thinking about toppers these days? Because people are doing a lot of different sort of things.
It is. You can do your vintage angel, your stars, but you know what's really fun and trending is all of the sprays at the top. So even something like this lighted spray or the berries that you have, or your picks. Take 4 or 5 of your picks and spray those out from the top. I think especially if you have a smaller tree and you want to fill the room or make it taller, that's a good way to add another foot. Raising your tree up on a level, add another foot. It makes it look bigger, full, more lush and designer.
And that's kind of the last thing we're talking about is we talked about the top, now we're talking about the bottom, because what are we putting around the bottom? People are using all different things there as well.
Yes, so it depends on the bottom of your tree. If your tree sits up off the floor, then you want to have something really fun, like a fluffy something or other underneath it, like a tree skirt. If it sits kind of low to the floor, you might want to put it in a tree color or put it in a vase to raise it up so that you will have more room to tie things underneath it with your
Okay.
presents and things.
She was thinking everybody just knew all these rules. I said, no, not everyone knows these rules. So thank you so much for
welcome.
helping us know how to do it. Then it just takes that guesswork out and we can just go for it. Where do people find more of your creativity?
On my Instagram, The Glitzy Pear, and then theglitzypear.com.
The Glitzy Pear. Thank you so much, Michelle.
You bet.